Okay, player throws a ball upward with the initial speed of 29.4 meter per second. So this is the ball and we throw it up at 29.4 meter per second. What is the direction of acceleration during the upward motion of the ball? It will be pointing below. Avantika, any doubt about this?
No.
What? So the acceleration is in the downward direction.
Hmm.
What are the velocity and acceleration of the ball at the highest point of its motion? So if this is the highest point,
Velocity would be 0.
yeah, velocity would be 0, acceleration would be still pointing down. Do we agree?
Yeah.
Choose x is equal to 0 and t is equal to 0 to be the location and time of the ball at its highest point. Okay.
Hmm.
So x is equal to 0 and t is equal to 0 is this point. Okay. Vertically downward direction to be the positive direction. So I have made the vertically downward direction as the positive direction. And give the direction of position, velocity, acceleration of the ball during its upward and downward motion. Have we understood the question?
Yeah.
So what this fellow is saying is that this position, the highest position,
Hmm.
would be basically, this is what he is saying, that this would be the positive direction. Yeah. So choose x is equal to 0, t is equal to 0 to be the location and time of the ball at its highest position. So at the highest position, this. So this would be x is equal to 0 and this would be the time is equal to 0. Okay. Now what he is saying is, give the sign of the position, velocity and acceleration of the ball during its upward and downward motion. Okay. So now when we restart the question, when it is going up, so my velocity would be, my position here would be negative, my velocity would be negative, my acceleration would be positive. Do we agree to this?
Yeah.
CB. And once we reach here, my position is 0, my velocity is 0 and my acceleration is positive. Do we agree to this?
दोनों केसेस में acceleration positive.
हाँ, Avantika, do we agree to this?
Yeah.
See, one thing that we need to understand, what he is trying to tell us is that, basically what he is trying to tell us is that when in class 10th we do the numericals, unknowingly what we are doing is we are doing something like this. Unknowingly what we are doing is we are doing something like this, that we are considering up to be positive. So when we are considering up to be positive, our velocity is positive, our distance traveled is positive, and our acceleration is negative. Do we agree to this?
Yeah.
What he is suggesting us is that you change the framework and you make the framework something like this, where the downward direction is positive. If downward direction is positive, then at the below point, what will happen is that when it is going up, this velocity is pointing upward, but as per my new framework, this is my framework A, which I was using in class 10th. This is my framework B, which I have been told to. So if I use this framework of what they are suggesting in class 11th question, the framework B, then this is the direction which is positive. Avantika, do we agree?
Yeah.
So if this ball is, when it is moving up, the velocity would be negative, because up is negative. As per the new framework, up is negative
Hmm.
and down is positive. So velocity is moving up, it is negative. Acceleration is pointing down, and down is positive. Therefore, acceleration is positive. Do we agree?
Hmm. Yeah.
And distance is, let us say we are at this point. If the distance between these 2 points is say 10 meters, what we'll say is that the initial distance is minus 10 meter, and the final distance is 0 meters. Do we agree to this, Avantika?
Yeah.
So the ball will be going from this minus 10 meter to 0 meters. Do we agree?
Yeah.
So this is all that he is trying to say, that you can use your framework according to the question. To what height does the ball rise, and how long does the ball return to the player's hand? And he is asking the G to be 9.8. These are the standard questions that we have done in class 10th also. So see, one thing that you always need to understand is that whatever the time, see, these are the cases without friction. So whatever time it takes for the ball to reach its highest point would be the time it will reach at the same point. Avantika, are we clear?
Yeah.
So both these times are clear, or both these times are the same.
Hmm.
So you just need to calculate one of the times. So if the initial velocity is 29.4 meter per second, the final velocity is 0 meter per second, acceleration is minus 9.8. So v is equal to u plus at, and t is equal to v minus u upon a. Do we agree to this? So 0 minus 29.4 upon minus 9.8, and this would be 3. So 3 seconds for going up and 3 seconds for coming down. So this will take total of 6 seconds. Do we agree to this? CB?
Yeah.
Great.